the accomplishment of a lot of firsts for me. My first time being in a relationship, my first time being married, my first time being in love. Well, hopefully.
Experts hit it. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I don't think I can do this. I don't want to marry a stranger.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Married at First Sight edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-host. It's the one and only Teresa right there.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Woo-wee! Love is in the air.
We finally did it. We got to the unexpected wedding.
Love is in the air.
Is it? Is it though?
Mile high.
Is it though?
I believe you are not giving them a fair chance, and you haven't given them a fair chance since we first met Chloe.
Because I don't see them together. And I think Michael likes her brain and likes her personality, maybe because she's a little silly. But he never said she looks beautiful, she looks amazing, I'm attracted to her, she's hot. He never said it. He always says, oh, she seems like a nice person.
Yeah.
So he is not attracted to her because, let's be honest, she's too vanilla for him.
Oh, how dare you. You stop it. Didn't you see her stick a fake eyelash on her forehead at the end of the episode?
So silly.
A regular Robin Williams.
So silly.
Here's what I didn't think about until this episode, and maybe it goes to your point. We never saw Runaway Bride. He did. So he knows what the woman who stood him up looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe she was a smoke show. Maybe she was exactly his type. And he's always going to compare Chloe, or at least at first he will compare Chloe physically to the Runaway Bride, because that's all he knows of the Runaway Bride.
Yeah.
He doesn't know if she's silly or if she's smart, but he knows, oh, she looks like this. And so you could be right. Maybe he was initially more attracted to Runaway Bride.
Yeah.
And not so much Chloe.
You need someone with maybe that nose piercing that goes in the middle of your
septum.
nose. Yeah, I would love to do it, but I can't pull it off.
Please don't.
Because that's not my vibe, right? I definitely want to get a few more tattoos if possible, some cool ones. But she's just so, I don't know, Michael is so bold and so fashionable and good looking. And she seems like a nice person. I like that she saves senior dogs. That's great. But I don't see her with Michael. I see her with a guy who works in finance, wears boat shoes, and
That's the old Chloe. That's perfectionist
Well, that's
Chloe.
the thing. Her saying I'm a recovering perfectionist
I'm over
is
it.
bullshit.
I'm over it. Enough is enough, and stop it. If you're recovered, leave it in the past. Stop bringing it up.
But also, why would you need to recover? It's okay to feel like you are a perfectionist because that's who you are. Trying to put it aside as, oh, that's my personality, but I don't want to be this anymore. It's like...
No, people can grow and overcome personality traits that aren't necessarily the best. Being a perfectionist is not always the best.
I don't think so. I wish I could overcome some of my personality issues, but I can't. I get frustrated with things I don't have control over, and it bothers me because I need the control.
Yeah, but you haven't done the work to try to get over that. You just go, oh, I wish I didn't react that way. But if you put in the work and...
Oh, no, I need to. Like, I have the need to figure out when something's wrong. If I can't, I get very frustrated. If things don't go the way I want, I get very frustrated.
Okay. But back to Michael not being attracted to Chloe, or so you think. He said, oh, I don't need her to be over the top physically or aesthetically, as long as her personality is a little bit more quirky.
Yeah, over the top. She is miles below the top. She's like as deep as the submersible that exploded. Probably deeper. She's as deep as Titanic.
I feel like this is the second week in a row now we're talking about the submersible.
Yeah.
Doomed. This podcast is
don't
doomed.
say that. Is it submersible or submersible?
Definitely not the second one.
Thank you. I was always wondering.
Didn't you see she paired a pair of pink Chuck Taylors with a wedding dress?
Yeah, and it was awful.
It really didn't go together.
Like, if you want to wear Chucks with your wedding dress, I'm all for it. Like, sure, be cool. But buy a different dress. Like, don't buy this ballroom dress.
It didn't go
I'm just
together.
very judgy.
You
I think
are.
she wore the sneakers also because, okay, it's comfy, but she's tall. So I feel like if she put heels on, she would be taller.
Okay, but you can wear flats.
True.
You can wear mules. Is that what the ladies call them?
Mules? What's
I
it?
don't know.
Yeah, those
Slip-ons?
are. I'm very
Pumps?
judgy today, guys.
Pumps? Yeah, let's lose the judginess.
Well, pumps are heels.
Oh, not pumps. But yeah, she looked like she was trying to maybe be hip and cool in Paris. Like a lot of people wear sneakers with suits, like men.
Yeah.
The wrong sneakers don't go with suits. And I'm looking at you, Seinfeld. You can't just pair, any New Balance with a suit. But she's trying, I guess.
She doesn't have a style, and it's okay. I'm not judging it. Not everyone is as bold and bright as Michael. But I just wish he got someone with a little bit of style, like Becca. Becca has a style. Becca has a vibe, right?
Yeah.
She's colorful. She's bold. That's who he needed. At least someone on Becca's level.
All right.
He got vanilla Chloe.
All right. We'll talk about it. Before we do, real quick, a little business. If you guys are into 90 Day the Single Life, and I think you guys should be, you can hear our thoughts on it on Patreon and Supercast. We're having fun talking about that. Patreon.com/marriedtoreality or marriedtoreality.supercast.com. That content starts at the Cousins Club level. If you go to Family Affair, you get video plus a monthly bonus. So come on over, check it out. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. Keep you updated over there. Video clips, memes. Most importantly, we can chat with you.
Yes, we love that.
Call in. Also, follow the podcast wherever you're listening. So easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hot as Michael's wedding outfit because he was sparkly.
Wow. All right.
And you know what? It says a lot about me and him because I don't like pink. I don't like pink on men, but he was pulling it off.
Well done, Michael. So
Pulling it off.
Smash like it's as hot as that. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. You guys know we're suckers for a little love. If you leave a 5-star review and you write something, we'll read it on the Monday podcast.
Yes.
All right. Let's
I was about to say, do you have anything?
different podcast. All right. Let's get into this episode. This was the Chloe and Michael wedding special.
Yes.
The event of the year, the episode we were all waiting for, top to bottom, Chloe and Michael with the other cast members sprinkled in for good fun. But this was all about the wedding.
All about the wedding.
So wedding day take 2 for Michael. And another MAFS first. Yes, we have the other couples in attendance. I don't know what value it necessarily added other than it would have been weird to splice their storylines into the wedding day. So they just said, well, let's all just be together and film.
I think that's what it was. Well, not all the couples. Becca and Austin are going to Philly to visit Austin's grandma. And I thought, wow, that's a big step. Just bringing someone you haven't even said I do on decision day to meet your grandma in Philly. They must
True.
be going strong. But then we saw the previews again and they still haven't banged it out. Just bang it out in Pennsylvania. Gee.
Well, and this is not something I've necessarily thought about, but maybe Austin is wondering, is Becca going to say yes on decision day? Although all signs point to a resounding yes. But again, I think he is religious. I don't think he just wants to give it away for free. And so maybe he's not going to bang until they recommit to each other.
So why are you dragging her to Philly to meet your grandma? It's pointless.
I don't associate grandma with banging. I think those two things are.
I don't either, but
very
I don't
far
want to
apart.
meet anyone's family before we bang.
Whoa. Oh,
What?
okay. No, fair enough.
Why would I meet them and then we bang? Then I realize that, whoa, this is not working out. We have to break up. And I already met everyone.
Yeah, to meet grandma, we didn't even get no sexy time.
You need to have sexy time before you meet Babichka.
All right. Well, I'm uncomfortable with this conversation, so let's move on. Michael was back at the same venue, of course. The part that was troubling for me was he was in the same groom's suite as last time. That would give me PTSD.
Yes, I was actually surprised they're filming at the same venue. Just get him a different venue. This should have felt like a new experience. He was literally reliving the previous experience all the way until the point that Chloe said I do. Instead of like, I can't do this.
Mostly the same guys hanging out with him, talking, doing the same thing in the same room at the same venue. He did change up his suit.
Well, he said the first time around, I wanted my bride to shine. So I dialed back and I wasn't being true to myself. So this time around, I'm going to be me, whether she likes it or not. So I'm going bold and I love it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely think he should. I think he should have the first time. I think he learned that lesson. And give who you are immediately. There's no time to waste. You're meeting the person for the first time. Introduce yourself authentically. See how they react. Be you. And he is. He's putting his best foot forward.
Yeah.
And it's a pink shoe and a pink pattern suit.
I love it. Chloe's getting ready too with her bridesmaids and she's super excited, but her excitement kind of goes in waves where she gets nervous.
Yeah. I thought she was pretty calm, cool, and collected overall.
Yeah, she was, but I expected her to have zero freakouts because she's older. She seemed to be super ready, not just, oh, I'm 25. Am I doing the right thing? Like, do I still have time? Like, for her, I was thinking she's just gonna be like, yep, this is it. No nervous. I'm just gonna do this. This is it.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about her dress and her shoes. If I was Michael, I'd be very concerned if my bride was wearing running shoes. But I don't think she obviously knew about that situation. So she strapped on those Chuck Taylors. And yeah, they did not go. We understand what she was going for.
Yeah.
This was not it.
That's what I'm saying. She has no style.
Okay, no, she's a perfectionist. And I think that perfectionist mentality leads you to play it safe a little bit, and she's right down the middle. I thought her dress was nice. I thought it was a fine dress. Very simple, very standard.
Very her.
Okay, Teresa hates Chloe for some reason. I don't understand why.
I don't hate Chloe. I don't like her with Michael. I'm just really disappointed in the experts.
Okay, back to Michael's room. Orion and Brennan pay a visit.
Yeah, why is Orion there?
Orion, get off my screen. And Brennan, welcome to the show and glad you could find a blazer for this occasion. You didn't dust off another hoodie. You actually dressed appropriately.
Yeah.
And for that, I applaud you.
Well, they're just chatting a little bit. It's different for Brennan and Orion because the last time they've been here, they were the grooms.
Yeah, and it's just so absurd. And maybe Michael doesn't know where they're at in their relationships. But for him to be asking for advice or tell me about the process, what do I need to know? And they're just like, oh, be open-minded. Keep an open mind. It's like, you guys are doing the opposite of that.
Yeah, especially Orion. Well, Brennan too. And Orion has all these mixed feelings because he's like, oh, this is where it started with Lauren. I haven't seen her since the potluck. I don't know how to feel. It's like, just go home. No one wants you there anyways.
Yeah, the subplot of this episode was kind of Orion's redemption arc.
Yeah.
And I didn't love it.
No.
Don't be stealing the shine from Chloe and Michael.
Exactly. Like, I think Orion, after what we've seen, strikes me as a very selfish person.
Totally. It took you 14 episodes to realize that?
Me.
He makes everything about him, makes himself the victim, wants all the violence playing for him, of course.
Yep.
Nothing new.
Nothing new, but
here's something
it's
new.
go time.
No, here's something new. The gifts.
Ooh.
The gifts. Michael got cufflinks and a card that had a pet pun, a forever pun. So bonus points to that. Shout out to that. Chloe got Tiffany.
And they didn't blur it. So is Tiffany sponsoring MAFS? I don't think so.
Either they're sponsoring or Michael was like, I paid good money for this. You better show everyone that I bought Tiffany
Or
for
they
Chloe.
reached out to Tiffany and they were like, yeah, you can feature it. Who cares?
Yeah. None of the other brides got Tiffany. And if I was one of those other brides, I'd be pissed.
And here's the thing. Even if they blurred it, Tiffany actually, they have a patent on that shade
Trademark,
of
I think.
turquoise.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Tortoise?
We should have done our vocal warm-ups before this
Turtle?
podcast.
No. Tortoise?
So close.
Ah!
So close, Teresa.
That's like blue-green. You
Tiffin-
say. It's
oh,
like,
boy. This is painful for me.
You said.
Tiffany blue, you can call it.
Okay, Tiffany blue.
Yeah. Otherwise known as
Tiffany tortoise?
Nope, turquoise.
Oh, turquoise.
Guys, this is not a bit. This is my life.
Wait, okay.
Please don't. Please don't.
Turquoise.
Nailed it.
Why did you say please don't?
Well.
You want me to say tortoise again?
Oh, God.
Why? Because it's a turtle?
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Okay. Showtime. Let's get to this wedding. I didn't love, so I'll take the part of me not liking Michael because you don't like, I actually do like Michael, but I had some issues with his
Okay.
performance this evening. He was doing like crowd work at the altar.
Yeah, why not? This is me, these people.
Enough is enough. Lauren and Claire weren't having it. I wasn't having it. It was falling flat. I didn't think it was the time or the place.
Well, imagine how nervous you must be. I think a lot of things will come out without you really having a control over it.
I guess. And the
I would
cameras
probably
are
start
there.
smoking a cigarette.
The cameras are there. I guess he's trying to make an entertaining event of it all.
Yeah, and then he's freaking out. His hair isn't great. Who has a hairspray? Who has a hairspray?
Yeah, I wasn't loving it all.
Well, it's because he seems like high maintenance because that's who he is.
Yeah,
But-
that doesn't bother me.
Let Chloe find out naturally.
And maybe that's what it is, and call me old-fashioned. But let the bride be the star of the wedding.
Not this time. I think Michael should be the star.
I know, because you hate Chloe.
I don't. It's just, if Chloe had a vibe, she would have been the star. She would have outstarred Michael. Becca's dress was fabulous. It was bold. It was different. She outshined everyone.
Okay.
It's not on Michael. It's on Chloe.
Okay. Mom, I think we can all agree we love Chloe's mom.
Yeah, she's a sweet lady.
Chloe's mom had the honor of walking her down the aisle, and she gave this really nice little pep talk before it was go time, where she was saying, I know you're marrying a stranger, but look, it's all right. We all were strangers at some point.
True.
And it's like, I like that sentiment. It doesn't really hold water because not everyone marries a stranger, but you do start dating a stranger. Mm-hmm. You do roll the dice and say, hey, you want to go out sometime? And that's a stranger. So I liked where she was coming from. I thought she was super supportive.
Yeah, for sure.
Dad couldn't be there because he's ill. So it was nice to see real, true, authentic support for this process.
I also think it's because Chloe's older. She's 39. Many people have these strange pacts saying, if we're still single when we're 40, we're going to get married. So we have all these people marrying friends.
Yeah,
because they cannot.
Pam and Michael Scott.
Yes, or on Friends, or on How I Met Your Mother. Like it's on every single show. It's a thing, right? So maybe Chloe has one with, what's his face, who's literally everywhere. Is it Eric?
No.
But you know who I'm talking about,
Her
right?
friend who's there.
Yeah, mom is probably like TikTok, or I'm gonna have to deal with this guy.
Yeah. So, okay. Chloe comes around the corner, walks down the aisle, big smile on her face. She liked what she saw at the end of the aisle.
Oh yeah, because Michael's bold. I feel like she's open to that, but she's afraid to be it.
Okay. So then maybe they are a good pair, because if that's who she is internally, Michael can bring that out externally of her.
But also, I think she came into this with a very, very open mind, saying, this is it. I've tried. I wasn't successful. I'm 39. This is it for me. So I think for her, no matter who stands at the end, I think she would be happy.
Okay. All right. Well, we learned she's got it all. Brains, beauty, and booty.
And Michael likes to hear that, but he hasn't checked it out just yet.
Just yet. Michael.
Thank you for being a gentleman. This is what she said.
Oh. Michael is a wise, thought-provoking, caring, level-headed man. He developed his fashion sense in Los Angeles, and that may make it hard for you to find room for your clothes, Chloe. Mm-hmm. But it's all right. He's also an animal lover, as you are, and he's adopted 3 pets with smushed faces.
He's a cat person, and he's a cat person. She's a dog person. Another big red flag.
Senior dog person.
I love that about her. That's like my favorite thing about Chloe is her pets.
Okay. So then they wrote their vows. I didn't take note of them because they were nothing spectacular. And I hate to say it because Emily kind of shat on them later. But yeah, a little vanilla.
Yeah.
They didn't have much time. I'm going to say that. They didn't have much time. Maybe they, only had a couple days while other couples had weeks. So
yeah,
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Straight down the middle vows.
But they sealed it with a kiss.
Big smooch. Went back for seconds.
Sealed the deal.
Sealed the deal. And Chloe immediately reported to camera, I am very attracted to my man.
And Michael reported to the camera saying, she seems like a very nice person.
Yeah, you're
very
hung up.
Very sweet person.
You're hung up on the fact that he's not reporting on
her looks.
Her looks.
Because it's a natural thing. And don't get me wrong. I'm definitely the type of person I always say, it's not just about the looks. And I like when there is something about a person to make them more attractive, but there is so much more, right? There is getting along and how smart you are and all kinds of things and pheromones, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the initial reaction when you meet someone is whether you are attracted to them or not. The fact that everyone always says that, oh, my wife is beautiful, my husband's very handsome, or the opposite, like, oh, I didn't expect this, let's see how it's going. The fact that he kept saying she's a nice person literally means that, okay, she is a nice person, I can see us getting along, however, I'm not attracted to her.
It's interesting because, and I'm not going to say this in a bad way, but Michael is a very superficial person.
Yes.
He's all about the looks, all about the clothes, the hair, the glasses. He's a very superficial person. And so you're right, for him not to comment on a superficial trait is a little interesting.
Or even say, oh my gosh, like you look beautiful in your dress, like beautiful dress. He didn't because he didn't like it.
Yeah, they sat down to talk and he was like, oh, you check all the boxes. When I told the experts that I want, you check them all. Intelligence, silliness, sweetness. And you're right. None of them were physical traits.
Yeah. And maybe that's what he needs. So he has enough space in his closet. So I don't know. Maybe that's what he was going for.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting him to share the backstory right here.
I know.
But I'm glad he did. It was the right time to do it because the other couples that were there were going to share it.
And I was thinking about it. What if he doesn't get a chance to say it before they do?
Yeah.
So Chloe seemed like it's okay with her because Michael said, I just want to reassure you that you're not getting a broken man. This is our journey. I'm not someone who's hung up on what happened, right? And she's like, no, that's fine. This is our journey. But that's all she can think about.
Well, I was pretty impressed with the way he explained it because he said, I was matched with this person, but the woman that I was matched with decided she couldn't go through with the process. And the way he explained it was like, oh, maybe a week before the wedding, she bailed. And really, there's no difference to Chloe whether she did make it to the end of the altar or she threw in the towel a week before. It wasn't Michael's doing. They never said I do. So like the part of the process where she bailed doesn't really matter. But it does sound a lot more dramatic if you tell the whole story. He didn't, but throughout the course of the night, it did come out.
Yeah. So she'll know, and it's getting to her.
Yeah, she doesn't let on to Michael, though, that it's getting to her. She keeps that close to the vest, but she does tell the others that it's bothering her. Speaking about the others, let's take a quick break. You'll hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll get the others together. We'll get the cast to circle up. We'll hear their thoughts. They'll share some insights. We'll do all that and more in a second. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Hello, Jonathan.
Hello, Teresa. Are you ready to keep the festivities going?
Let's do it.
All right. The happy couple, they finish their little chat. They go outside. The other cast is outside. They're kind of talking behind Chloe and Michael's back before they get there.
Yeah.
Emily's quite the mean girl.
Why?
She was like, I don't know, their vows were kind of vanilla. Their vows were pretty basic, but Chloe's a fun name. I guess Chloe's a fun name.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Okay.
It's not being a mean girl. It's like you are reacting what's happening in front of your eyes. You can be a little fake or a little too optimistic and say, oh my gosh, this was like the most beautiful wedding ever. Or you can say, oh, I expected a little more from Michael. He's so bright and bold. This was a little vanilla.
Yeah. Okay. Then Michael and Chloe joined them. They all do a toast, just a nice little meet and greet.
Yeah. And I don't know how I felt about this because now Chloe, and she actually said it, I'm the new kid on the block, right?
Yeah.
Everyone else is going through this already. She doesn't know how poor it goes for everyone. So I think once she learns, and hopefully if it goes good for her, she'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she feels, oh, okay, you guys have been doing this. Michael, you're almost done it with someone else. And now here it's me. Okay, cool. But she plays cool. She plays it cool.
It reminds me of back in the day, and you never watched these shows, like Real World or Road Rules. Mm-mm. Sometimes they'd bring in a cast member into the house later into the season for whatever reason. And everyone's already formed their bond. And then in comes this other person, and they're set back from the start because they don't have that familiarity and friendship with everyone else. Mm-hmm. They're at a disadvantage right off the bat. And that's kind of how I look at Chloe.
Yeah, exactly the same. Plus, again, her brain is spinning with the fact that she is number two. Yeah. She's number two in the experts' eyes. I don't think in Michael's, because Michael didn't even get a chance to explore number one, right?
Again, though, he did see her, and he could have been more attracted to her.
We don't know that.
So then the return of the worst backdrop in MAFS history. They take photos in front of that stairway to nowhere.
Yes.
Terrible.
But apparently it feels very comfortable. Michael's matching all the bridesmaids in the pink.
Oh,
the
beautiful.
same shade of pink, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, taking photos, feeling comfortable. While they were taking photos, Chloe started asking about Michael's tattoos. Mm-hmm. We get the explanation of several of them. His arm tats are an homage to his family, or as he says, homage. I'm pretty sure he says homage. Mm-hmm. Mostly his father is the homage, who passed away when he was 14. The neck, the L on his neck, is for his mom. And the purple diamond is an homage to his sister. And I love how Chloe's like, wow, these tattoos speak volumes about your commitment level. It's like, that's one way to look at tattoos.
Yeah.
The other way is like, wow, bad decision.
No shit.
Yeah, she's an optimist, I guess.
She's very optimistic because they walk into the reception. Chloe's loving the decor. She's loving everything. As someone who is a perfectionist,
yeah,
she's loving it. They kiss when people ding, 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 ding.
Clink the glasses.
Yeah, the glasses, which sometimes we've seen couples who are like, absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, should we do it? I don't know. Let's let them keep clinking.
Yeah, but then we get this little Orion and Lauren moment. They're chatting. By the way, Lauren looks beautiful.
Always.
Like, that's wow. Like Orion must be like banging his head over against the wall because she looks fab.
Yeah, that's why he was like, "Can I get a hug?
Yeah.
I want to press my body against yours one last time."
Yeah, but I didn't really understand why he wanted to chat. I guess they seated them next to each other, so let's get some action out of this. But
Yeah, he was just like, he wants to be the hero.
yeah,
He's like, well, just let me know before the night ends if you want to have a conversation about anything. And Lauren's like, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have any lingering animosity. I've moved on. I'm over you. I'm glad we're not together.
yeah. But Lauren said something that's good. She said, if we can't come out of this as a successful married couple, we will come out of this as successful people, which
Sure.
is nice. Not Orion, but for herself, that's great that she feels this way.
Sure. And then just in the background, you saw a girl on roller sneakers just
missed it.
skate by. And you're like, oh, those are still a thing?
I missed it.
Do you know what I'm referring to, though?
Yeah.
Those sneakers, they have the wheels pop out.
Yeah.
And the first time those came across my screen, I was like, well, I need to invest.
Did you?
Absolutely not. I don't know. That's crutches waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah.
But someone at the wedding had them, and
I missed it.
shout out to them.
Well, we see the ladies chatting with Chloe.
Yes.
And this is where she comes and says it. Everything's great, but I have a lot of concerns because I was not being their first choice, and why?
I'm glad she brought that up because that's an authentic concern. And I would have
Yeah.
that same exact concern. Obviously, no one there knows the answer. They can't answer why. They're not the experts. But they do say things like, look, I know Michael. I'm getting to know you. You guys seem like you're going to be perfect together. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Everything happens for a reason.
Which is true.
No, it's not, but it's something people say to make them feel better.
Well, it is true. Like things you can influence certain things, but
That's
at
not
the end,
everything happening for everything. Everything happens because of a reason, but not everything happens for a reason. Some things just happen.
well, you just reworded the sentence.
No. Everything happens for a reason means like everything that happens was supposed to happen. That's not true. Everything happens because of a reason, because
Okay.
you did something or someone else did something, and then you have to adapt and react.
Yeah.
But everything doesn't happen for a reason.
It's a cliche.
Yeah, absolutely. And the John Mayer lyric.
Is it?
Everything happens for a reason is no reason not to ask
yeah.
myself, am I living it right? Shout out to John Mayer. All right. Might be a quarter life crisis. Claire says, sort of like the tattoos, him doing this twice shows how committed he is.
Yeah. So I think Chloe's trying to understand if this is a good idea, but it's still like lingering, right? And Michael's talking to Brennan and Orion, and Brennan says, hey, like, this is your own journey. You're going to have your own obstacles. You just need to power through. This is not our journey, so don't get influenced. And I'm glad because I was seeing Orion about to say like, yeah, but like, be careful, protect yourself first, like, put yourself first.
I'm pretty sure that's the advice he gave Brennan when they were
Oh yeah, he did. That's why I was expecting
hanging
this
out.
again.
Yeah.
He stinks.
Well, maybe, as you said, Orion saw Lauren and is regretting now the way
yeah.
things went. He's like, oh, man. Yeah, don't blow it, bro. He's like, I blew it. Don't blow it.
Yeah, but then they're back at the reception, and this love and everything is like getting to Claire. So she calls Cameron, but he doesn't pick up. So she leaves him a very sweet voicemail.
Weddings, I'm telling you, weddings make you reflect on love. Whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, you can't go sit through a wedding and not reflect or think about love and life, where you're at, who you're with.
It's also different if you go to a wedding before you get married and then you go to a wedding as a married couple.
Yes.
Because I feel like, and I said it before, I just pay attention to food way too much. If it's cold or not, if it's
Food?
good or not. I always.
Okay.
Yeah. But before we got married, whenever we went to a wedding, I was always thinking, okay, are we getting married one day? What is it going to look like? What are we going to do? Are we doing anything? Are we going to be wild and elope, right? So you think of things like this, and then you go as a married couple, and I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. I wish we maybe included it. Or, oh, I don't like that. And then, of course, the food.
Speaking of food, when Michael was cutting the cake, big party foul, fell on Chloe.
Yes.
Not great. And then she ends up rubbing it all over his face.
Yeah.
Also, one of our least favorite moves.
No, don't
Nobody
do
wants
it.
that.
Especially for someone like Michael, who probably put like a $8,000 moisturizer on him before he walked down the aisle.
He made the comment,
yeah.
like, oh, is this my exfoliant or something?
Exfoliator.
Yeah, nobody, come on, call in. And I'm sure we have people who have done it. I'm sure my friends have done it. But do you actually enjoy it, is the question. Who enjoys
No.
actually getting a face full of cake?
I really don't.
It's a waste of cake.
We didn't do it, so.
It's a waste of cake.
It is a waste of cake.
And then you're just sticky and messy.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
But they did it. So, yeah, Claire and Cameron had that call. And then Michael goes and talks to Chloe's family and friends.
Yes, and Chloe talks to Michael. So with Michael and her family, it goes very smoothly.
So here's the lie you think then. Because you think Michael shines. Michael is the sparkling water to her flat water.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael tells the fam and friends, oh, I'm a candle in the sun compared to Chloe.
Yeah, something you say when you just meet someone.
Okay. So you don't think he is impressed with her being?
I think he likes her. I think he likes her personality. I think he likes that she's a little silly by like wearing those sneakers, right? A little silly.
So silly, yeah.
I think he likes her. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I don't think he's attracted to her.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to go as far as to say that, but yes, he's not effusive with his attraction, but I would be surprised if we learned he's not attracted. That's what I'll say. Everyone was falling all over Michael. Once he told how he got stood up at the altar, family and friends were like falling all over him. They think he's the best, such a great, strong man.
Yeah, well, Chloe asks his friends about it, and you can see that she is still concerned.
Yes. She's glad she was kept in the dark, though, because
she said she wouldn't have gone through with this.
I don't think any of us would. You would go, well, why am I second? Why wasn't I? I think everyone was smart. The experts were smart. The producers were smart not to tell her.
Well, I can see her suing Lifetime if it doesn't work out with Michael.
No,
because she'll be like, I was the second choice. You paired me up with someone I wasn't supposed to be with.
What are you going to sue for? A broken heart?
Negligence.
What was the negligence? What are you going to sue for?
The pairing up.
But what damages were done? What are you suing for?
If they don't make it,
You can't. What are you talking about?
gonna sue DP and PC
But
and
for
Sex
what?
DP for them trying to get Michael with someone. She was a second choice. She wasn't clearly good enough the first
You've
round.
been in America for too long.
I know.
What would the lawsuit be?
Negligence and love. Love negligence.
Think about that one.
Second choice. Second choice
Are you
in
just
love.
naming new reality shows that are coming to Lifetime?
No, it would be second choice in love. That's what
not
that
a
would
crime.
be. That would be the name of the lawsuit.
It's not a crime.
Oh, we'll see. It's America.
All right, let's talk about kids because for a second I thought we were going to have our first bit of drama here.
No, but Chloe does not want to have kids, at least not her own, but she would be open to fostering or adopting.
I don't want to get in trouble here, but when Michael's friends ask Chloe if she wants kids, she's like, no, there are 450,000 kids in foster care. So instead of putting a bun in this oven, I can love other buns. It's like, totally respect that and can see where you're coming from. But the way you say it would make, if I was a woman who wanted to get pregnant, it would make me feel bad about my choice to want to get pregnant.
I agree. I also think she works for a nonprofit. I think it kind of comes from that side of her. So I totally get it that she would want to adopt or foster a kid, because there are a lot of kids in need of love. So that's beautiful. But I'm with you that it sounded a little aggressive to women who do want to have their own kids.
Yeah, yeah. And so I thought this was going to be the drama. It was
Yeah.
sort of the cliffhanger, the teaser. And then we cut back to Michael. And Mom is like, so Michael, you're Mr. Perfect so far. How do you feel about kids?
And he does not want to have kids, but would be open to it if he has a partner who really wants.
Yeah, and then he was like, we could foster, we could adopt. The way we end up with children doesn't matter.
Mom is melting.
Perfect. What a perfect match for Chloe.
I'm pretty sure that this time DP and PC and Sex DP went a little hardcore on these questions.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Michael's already been devastated once.
Yeah.
We don't need to. We should put in some due diligence for
Yeah.
Michael and really try. So then Emily and Brennan kind of break off and have a little chat.
Yeah. And Brennan just, I think he just says things to look good on TV without fully meaning what he says.
Wait, what did he say that even remotely made him look good?
Well, he thinks he does.
Emily's like, I can't believe we're back at our wedding venue. And Mr. Romance is like, I didn't even think about it like that. I didn't even think about this being our wedding. We're just at a friend's wedding. It's like, what? That's the first thing you would think of, was like, we got married here. Can you believe it? We're back at the place we got married.
Well, Emily asks him, what would be the advice you would give them? Because we've been through it. And Brennan says something in a sense of, well, don't give up. Things get hard, but don't give up. It's like, bro, you've given up a long time ago. And I think that's what sets Emily up. And she just goes wild.
Yeah, practice what you preach. Brennan.
Yeah, she started drinking.
Yeah, she started rolling around the floor too, and she didn't have wheels on her sneakers.
And you can see Brennan's getting annoyed. Like, he kind of walks in the background like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, he's over it. And I don't think the partying is the issue that Brennan has a problem with, but you can see it doesn't help
Yeah.
that she goes so hard.
Yeah, but that's it. The wedding's over. Sparkly send-off, which I loved because that's what we did. Mm-hmm. A big fan of that.
Michael carries Chloe into the hotel looking like they're about to adopt some children tonight.
And we finally see a piece of Chloe being so silly because when she took off her makeup, she's like, let me put my eyelash on my forehead and see if Michael will see it. And then
See how long it takes him to notice
and
this.
she gets out of the bathroom and she's like, oh my gosh, look at me. I'm so silly. I have an eyelash on my forehead. So I'm such a silly girl. She's so silly. That's all he needed.
Boy. I guess I have to brace myself for Therese to have an enemy this season now. We were doing so well.
She should have put it on her vagina and just open it up like her eyes.
We don't know if she did with the other one. Yeah, I went hard at Cameron for about 5 episodes, and then I softened, and now I feel like you're taking the reins and you're going to go hard at Chloe.
Yeah, I think I will. Plus, not to get sexual, but there are 2 parts to a vagina you can stick the eyelashes on to open it up like an eye.
You're right. That wasn't sexual at all. Quite the opposite.
What?
Whew. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I thought she's gonna spice it up a little bit. Just being silly and putting it on her forehead. Like, what's that? Yeah. Or like put it on your boobs. Like people put it on
You're
cars.
so sexual. Put it on.
Yeah, because they need to bang it out.
Put it on your upper lip like a mustache. What are we doing putting it on our vaginas over here?
On your boobs. It's like car headlights. You know, some girls have those eyelashes.
Oh, yeah. And they're like VW bugs.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Honk, honk.
Yeah.
All right. We better wrap this thing up.
I'm going to get all kinds of ideas.
Things are going off the rails. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Quite the wedding special, the wedding spectacular episode. So next episode, we'll be in the thick of it. Honeymoon, all good things.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think all our other couples are going to go down the hill from Denver all the way to Florida. That's how low they're going to go.
Wow. Sea
They're
level.
on the coast.
Sea level. Yeah. It's pretty low. Maybe Death Valley.
Ooh,
It's at the
even
low.
lower.
I think it's the lowest point in America.
Even lower.
Yeah. All right. That's enough. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to hear our thoughts on the single life, you can do that on Patreon or Supercast, patreon.com/marriedtoreality, marriedtoreality.supercast.com. Also, make sure you're following us on Instagram at marriedtorealitypod. You can see some video clips there, memes, scheduling updates, news, and most importantly, when we say call in, that's the direct line. You can message us on Instagram.
Yes.
Also, make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening to right now. So easy to do. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it says hot. Is my eyelashes comments.
Oh boy, I was
Those were spicy.
trying to forget about that. Smash it like it's as hot as Michael's pink suit.
And
And
that's what I said already.
I know. I think that was more appropriate.
All right.
All right. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. When you go and you leave that review, forget everything Teresa said for the last 5 minutes of this podcast. Get that out of your mind and then leave us a review. And if it's a 5-star review, we will read it on the Monday podcast.
Don't get it out of your mind.
I'm trying to get out of mine right now.
I was just trying to help her be a little more silly.
All right. Call in if you guys have other ideas for silliness, because we're clearly struggling over here. All right. I've said it all.
I've said it all.
Too much, Teresa, as always. Means we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.